Select a difficulty. Trying higher difficulty. Deploying.
Do you like deploying? Then deploy! Welcome back to another classic Game Room strategic hyper-instructional tactics review of one of my favorite games, Earth Defense Force 4.1, being played here on the PlayStation 4. This game is also available now on the PC and the Neo Geo. It's actually not on the Neo Geo, but Earth Defense Force is technically on the Super Nintendo. It's just a totally different game. Anyway, I'm playing on Inferno. This is level 2 as Wing Diver, and this is the easiest mission in the game. This is the first mission that you want to beat on Inferno difficulty. In fact, when you start playing Earth Defense Force, you're extremely weak. I recommend that you start with the infantry, who doesn't fly like the Wing Diver does here, but the infantry can take a lot more damage and has generally more powerful weapons. So they're the easiest to play with. But the way that you get good weapons in this game is by playing harder difficulties, because then there's better weapon drops, and it takes a long time to get to the point where you can survive in Earth Defense Force on the harder levels. So when you start out, play on easy, get some health, then go back and play the levels again on normal, get some slightly better weapons, and at some point you'll be able to dip your little toe into the hard difficulty, which is this level. This is where you might get one or two level, I don't know, 20 or something weapons on hard, not hardest, whatever the middle one is. Hardest is still pretty hard when you're first starting out. Inferno is just insane. In fact, it's even insane at my level here, 676 health points now, but I'm not going to get surrounded. And that's the thing. You can make it through the Inferno difficulty levels, provided you have the weapons to get rid of enemies before they come near you. And if you've played this game a lot, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Once you're swarmed, you're done. So, as I mentioned in the first video, the first level, kill enemies from a distance. Maybe shoot some buildings just for fun. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm using my plasma launcher there to just basically nuke enemies from a distance. So this actually isn't going to be the most exciting strategic hyper-instructional tactics review to watch, because I'm going to have most of these bugs out there killed before I go near them. And you play in the hardest difficulty levels. Go for the health. I'm sorry, go for the weapons. They're the green crates. So I'm going to get rid of everything, or at least as many as possible. If you kill all of the enemies, the game doesn't give you a chance to run around and collect weapons or health or armor. So leave one or two alive, but again, don't let them get near you, or else they will kill you instantly. Especially on the Inferno difficulty. So I'm going to thin the herd. And I remember, again, playing this level on Inferno for the first couple times as infantry, just watching. Because what they're doing out there is they're fighting all of your associates. They're fighting your friends, and once they've killed all of them, they then charge you. And it's always great when you play this game first starting out in Earth Defense Force, and you can tell all of a sudden the bugs have gotten bored eating your friends, and then they just charge you like a giant wave, and then you're surrounded, and then you're dead instantly the moment they come near you. Now, Wing Diver can fly away, but you still don't want to get surrounded. In fact, another good trick that you may want to apply here when trying to level up your characters is, even if you're playing as just a single-player mission, go in as a two-player game. I mean, even if you don't have any friends nearby, go in as a two-player game co-op, and leave one of your characters behind you. So go in as maybe a stronger infantryman, and kill everything, and then run around as the Wing Diver and collect all of the armor. Or, I'm sorry, all of the weapons. That's a good way to actually get some more powerful weapons earlier than you may otherwise. Because the Wing Diver in particular is actually very difficult to level up. So, build up your infantry guy to where you can survive on this level on hard or hardest. Then go in two-player with a entry-level Wing Diver. Kill everything or most of the things as infantry, and then fly around as Wing Diver, who's pretty quick, so it's reasonably easy. It's actually far more challenging with the other two characters, who I really don't use very often in this game. I think they're better for multiplayer. But Yeah, what a great game. These are so good. I don't know why people play other games. Like, why is Minecraft so popular, but this isn't? It doesn't make any sense to me. This is a much better game. I mean, it's somewhat different, but this has the laser chainsaw. In fact, in one of these videos, it's not as powerful as these other missions or these other weapons I'm using, but I'm going to play some missions using the laser chainsaw just because it's a frickin' laser chainsaw. That's a real weapon in this game, the laser chainsaw. How is this not the greatest game series ever? This was my game of the year for 2015, by the way. So it's a pretty awesome game, Earth Defense Force 4.1. And I suppose once I played through all 80 missions or whatever, plus the expansion packs for strategic hyper-instructional tactics reviews, which is basically just one big never-ending review of games I love. Then I should go through Earth Defense Force 2 on the Vita, or EDF 2017 on the 360, which was the first of these games I played. Alright, anyway, yeah, once again, I've made this level look easier than it is. I assure you, when you start playing this game, you will not be able to kill all of the enemies from a distance like I just did, and they will swarm you, and you will die over and over and over again until you finally make it through this level in particular on a harder difficulty and score some bigger, better weapons. All right, so I'll see you back here in the third mission, which still isn't too difficult, but you will notice that by the time I get to level 70, every mission is all hell breaking loose. See you next time on Classic Game Room. Subscribe to the YouTube channel here, and Classic Game Room is supported by fans on Patreon who fund the core edited reviews of old school games and hardware. So, see you soon. Thank you. If you're going to buy the game anyway, buy it through ClassicGameRoom.com. Classic Game Room is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you. Now prepare for the Lord Carnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano! Derek Langley. Beer is the trick. Stephen Chucknick. From New Jersey. Michael Fernandez. People not named Michael Fernandez aren't Michael Fernandez. Al Stiver. Jason from British Columbia. Philip Strabenmuller from Vienna, Austria. Cue the thunder. Jeff, Captain Dauntless, Briar. Cue the lava. I don't know what lava sounds like. It sounds like this. Jack Stavris from Australia. Ohad Kane, Master of Thunder. Chip Sankvale, Fighter of Space Bees! Woo! Rick DeBarros gets the extra disco. Michael and Ariana Nelson! Fighters of the future! That's enough disco, because now it's time to shout, Busy Signal! That's right, and keep the volume loud and the party rocking for Sean Zoltek. Really? No. Sean Zoltek! Sergio Matthias Hergert! Tubular. Will.